Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.
You are just in time for Daring Abroad, and we are glad to have your company as we celebrate 10 years of Chams Media, 10 years of transforming lives. And today, find us in Dallas, Texas, and Antwerp City in Belgium. And these are the highlights.
She is the go-to person for anyone in need of mortgage financing in Texas.
We act like a bank.
And has been instrumental in the purchase of over 46 homes in just 2 years.
I'm passionate about what I do.
Yes, Faith Kiunga of NRL Mortgage LLC shares how she's helping people own homes in the United States.
Mortgage is not complicated as people think.
From Belgium, how Ahmed Ibrahim is finding opportunities for Kenyan athletes through this Antwerp-based sports club.
We are looking for young talent. We are able to move them through other football clubs in Belgium.
This, as Dallas-based favored daughters of the king remember their motherland.
We come here, we dressed, we do good, but there is a cry in our country.
We begin in Dallas, where for the first time on this show, we are featuring a Kenyan who has dared venture into the world of mortgage. Take a look. Greetings from Dallas, Texas once again, and today I'm gonna bring you a subject I've never tackled, meeting a Kenyan who is in the mortgage sector, or call it mortgage industry, and her name is Faith Kiunga. Karibu Faith.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you for
Tulikutana
having
na
me.
Faith kwa event ya Diaspora Mount Kenya Economic Block.
Yes.
Yeah, and she was exhibiting there. And I'm glad now we've had time to sit down.
Sure.
And so tell us exactly, what do you do?
I'm a mortgage lender or a mortgage originator. Most people know it like a mortgage lender. So we act like a bank, but for us it's different because we work with so many banks to give our buyers the best rate. We do not work with one specific bank. Like, let's say when you go to Chase Bank, all they have is Chase products. When you go to Bank of America, all they have is Bank of America products. But for a mortgage lender, we work with like a variety of them. So we are able to give the buyer the best rate. I'm licensed in Texas, so it means I can give mortgage to anybody in Texas. It doesn't matter the city. So we are more like self-employed, I would say, because we go out and look for buyers. So we're actually the first point of contact, because a buyer has to come to me to know how much they are pre-approved for before even you start shopping for a home.
Buying property in the USA, it seems then mortgage or lending is quite key.
Yes.
As your most reliable way of acquiring a property.
Yes, yes.
So, and what are the probably the things that one needs to do?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, or to know,
Yes.
or to have in order to get that lending.
Mortgage is not complicated as people think, or probably you don't need a lot of money in the bank as most people think. So we look at a few things, and the must-haves, I would say, we look at 2 years of employment.
2 years of employment.
Yes, so we want to know, for the last 2 years, have you been working? And are you still currently working? If you're self-employed, we want to know, have you had your business for the last 2 years? Are you still, running your business? Then we have to verify also you have some assets in the bank. We want to make sure like you can keep up with the monthly mortgage payments. Then another thing we look at is something called the credit score, which is very, very vital in the process of buying. In the US, actually, you cannot get a mortgage without a credit score. Not unless you're buying cash. So that is very, very vital.
So a credit score is what? Tell us more.
Yes. So A credit score basically it runs anywhere between 300 to 800 or sometimes 820. It shows the ability of how you are able to repay back a loan or probably a debt. So the only way to come up with a credit score or create one is you get a credit card from the bank or you get a loan, and the way you pay it on time, the ability
So they
for
look
you to
at
repay
your
back.
history, your ability
Yes.
to pay, and your trend. Are you
Yes.
someone that can be trusted
Exactly.
to pay? So that's why
Exactly.
it's known as credit worthiness.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
who is your typical client?
My typical client, I would say, is someone who is looking to buy. I also do something called refinancing. I tell people, if you can afford to pay your rental or your lease payments every month, you can afford to pay your mortgage payments. There's not much of a difference. People just are afraid to step out and own homes.
So how long have you been doing this?
Just to take you a little back, I came to this country in 2011 to do my master's. So I have an MBA in finance, so I've been an accountant all through. Then during COVID, that's when I really ventured into the mortgage industry. And I'm glad I did it because number one, I love real estate. And since then, I've been able to close 46 homes.
46 homes.
Yes.
Well done, Faith.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
What challenges do you face maybe?
I would say probably one of the major challenges I face is for people who are employed by a company or are W-2'd, we really do not look at the taxes as such. They pay taxes per every paycheck. But for business people and self-employed people, there's a way they have to file their taxes right for them to buy a home. The thing that has really helped me is because with the accounting knowledge, plus I've also filed taxes before, so I'm able to advise people now to file the taxes the right way. Their paperwork has to align with what we look for when they're buying. I'm here to encourage, especially people from back home. It's very important and it's key to build generational wealth. As we just talked a little bit about the equity, even if you own your first home, you can buy your second, third home very easily. And as we have seen during the discussion, you don't need that much. You just need the knowledge and to work with the right people who are going to guide you the right way.
My name is Sam Limo. I work with Kayla Williams, and I've had the privilege of working with Faith Kiunga. I remember on my last deal with her, it was an incredible process. So what Faith does is basically pre-qualifies you for how much of a house that you can buy. Then I come in. I do have a process, I call it Streamlined Solution Process, which is a 5 steps. So when Faith basically qualifies you, I take you through the steps, which is first step is the vision of your house, which is basically what you'll have discussed with her. The second one is finding the home. I will be the one to show you what's available in the market for you within the criteria of what you're looking for. Then our step number 3 is basically skill negotiations and offer management. That's when me and Faith will be working hand in hand to make sure that what you qualified for will cover everything that pertains to closing. This will include closing costs. This will include everything else you need, which includes your appraisals, which will take us to step number 4, which is property evaluation and readiness services to make sure that we get you to closing, which Faith would be there with me like we were at our last closing to celebrate you for taking the chance on yourself and building generational wealth.
My name is Wanjiro Kehara, and I'm a friend of Faith. One thing about Faith is that she has all the faith. I'm saying this because I had tried 3 lenders, and when I approached Faith, she took a different perspective because I'm a business person, so I'm self-employed, and getting a mortgage as a self-employed person, it's quite challenging. But Faith made my process so easy, and actually she even made the deadline by the time we wanted to close the home. We closed earlier, and I'm so glad that I was able to afford a home because of Faith, and Faith, I'm so grateful for that. And I want to say, if you are looking to buy a house or you want a mortgage for your business, just go ahead and look out for Faith.
I know I've mentioned about closing 46 homes for the last 2 years, so I just want to give shout out to some of the routers that have make this happen for me. I partner up with them, referring me clients. I also do refer clients to them. You know, John Degwa, Mase Wandia, Beatrice Williams with Keller Williams. I have June and Stan from Houston. So I'm personally
we
licensed.
featured June at some point. Yeah.
Yes, so I'm licensed in Texas. So it means I can give mortgage to anybody in Texas. It doesn't matter the city. So I work with June and Stanford back in Houston. I also work with Roslyn Lamar in Lubbock, Texas. I work with Sam Limoye in Dallas, you know, Sean, Shem, Muiruri, Dennis Nyamwea, Caroline Weche, Steve Kamau, and James Duarte. So those are all my partners that I do work with. Buying a home is just not for the sake of it. It's an investment you're making. So I encourage my buyers also to look at, like when you're buying a house, look at the developing areas because you want to maximize on your equity at the end of the day. Wow. Yes.
Faith with lots of faith. And that's how we wind up our discussion with Faith. For the first time, I've featured a Kenyan who is in the mortgage sector, Maju. And I believe we've made this quite insightful.
Thank you. I think probably, I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm also passionate about helping my people. So my motto is making home ownership dreams come true one at a time. Making home ownership dreams come true one at a time.
On that note, we wind up with the interview with Faith Kiunga. Asante sana for watching.
Thank you, Alex.
Faith,
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Asante sana.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
What a pleasant conversation there. And on that note, we take a short break. When we return, we will take you to Antwerp City in Belgium, where we will feature a Kenyan helping his fellow countrymen find sports opportunities in Europe. Also ahead, how Dallas-based favored daughters of the king are remembering their motherland.
Bamba Nyumba na AMG. Win a 3-bedroom house in Nanyuki sitting on a 1/4 acre or a 30K weekly shopping voucher or a monthly plot with Bamba Nyumba na AMG promotion. For every 100K you spend buying or paying for your plot, you earn 1 entry to the draw. The more you invest, the more entries you get. Call 0796 888 555 today. Bamba Nyumba na AMG. Usiwachwe nyuma.
Looking for a home investment in a serene neighborhood? Centum Real Estate presents Cascadia Apartments, located within the thriving Two Rivers development in Nairobi. At Cascadia, you are only a few minutes walk to our 4DX cinema, retail shopping, coffee venues and restaurants. Your kids get to enjoy play areas at our theme parks. Deposit 970,000 shillings, pay balance in flexible installments or mortgage financed. Talk to us today on 0742 342 722. You're watching Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Coop Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.
Welcome back. Now you may just want to know, how do I get an opportunity to practice my talent as a footballer in Europe? Here is Ahmed Ibrahim's effort in helping Kenyan talents to get those opportunities. Take a look.
This is a basketball place. Small one is for children. The big one is for the adults.
Okay. So you are managing all these facilities?
I'm managing. All this is my department.
46-year-old Ahmed Ibrahim is living his dream. Domiciled in Belgium, Ahmed is the manager of one of Antwerp's exclusive Jewish sports club, Maccabi.
Maccabi is international. It's in Israel, it's in South Africa. I run the Antwerp department. I run it on behalf of the Jewish community. So I manage it for them. And here we have basketball, tennis, we have squash, we have also Maccabi football, and we have Maccabi padel.
This is Ahmed's 7th year in charge.
I do everything, do all the sports activities, the organizations, the planning for the events, maintenance, from everything, from A to Z. We have a diverse membership. When I came here, it was exclusively Jewish club. But now, after we have changed it, now it's open for everybody. But before, when I came here, it was only for Jewish members. So we have members who pay yearly to be able to use the terrains. We have also football clubs who are playing here. So we are always every day open because we run trainings in the weekdays, in the evenings, and also people who play tennis for recreation purposes, they are always welcome. This is a main football ground from Maccabi. We do a lot of matches here. We have tournaments. We have also our own football groups. We have our football teams from youth teen, from 10 years old until adults, who they are training on a weekly basis. And also we have the matches. We also rent it out to other clubs.
So it's a business of, I mean, it's for business.
Yeah, this is business and also sport. So for example, if there's a football club, for example, we have the Kenyan football club in Belgium. Sometimes when they want to do a match, they want to play against Uganda or they want to play against Tanzania, they come to us and we rent for them the fields and they do a match.
Now, Ahmed loves what he does and wouldn't trade it for the world. But this wasn't his first job on arrival here in Belgium, some 26 years ago.
I came here to study. So after my studies, I studied for journalism, by the way, University of Antwerp.
You're a journalist?
I'm a journalist. That's what I studied for. But then we changed directions. So I didn't end up doing journalism for a long time. I worked only, I think, for 1 year. For an African newspaper, I used to be called Mamboleo. Beginning is difficult. In beginning, you have to find your way. It's never easy. So I used to study in the daytime and I used to work in the night at a bakery just to be able to cover for my cost because I didn't come on a scholarship and I didn't come from rich families where you can say they were paying for my studies. So I used to work in a bakery. I used to make bread in the night and then in the daytime I used to go and study. And that is how I was able to finance my study years, the first 3 years in Belgium.
Upon finishing his studies, Ahmed unfortunately struggled landing a job as a journalist. But the innovative Kenyan didn't give up. He decided to reinvent himself, going back to school and finding his way into the plumbing and construction industries. This is what eventually led him here at Maccabi.
I've always been self-employed. I've never worked for a boss, I think. I don't have a character to work for a boss. I think the last time I worked for a boss was in the bakery in 1999. I have a construction company. That is my main source of work. That is what I do. This is a hobby apart. Every year we do the East African tournament. All the East African countries, they come up with their team, just friendly matches. And the one who wins gets a prize for it.
I mean, are there more pitches I can see? So
yeah, there are more pitches behind the tribune. There are 3 more fields. And there we have the one with the plastic. You can see it when you go there, you can see then is the one with the plastic. Yeah, so we have different pitches.
You have 5 fields?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are working also on a national level with a top manager who's looking for good football players. And if I get some local talent, I can always find ways to move them out through my contacts.
I'm sure kuna Wakenya wengi talented young men ambao wangependa kuja huku or somewhere else in mambo ya soka. Unaweza saidia?
Yeah, that is a part I can get involved in because we are looking for young talent. People who think they can play good football, we are looking for young talents. And it's not only for Maccabi itself as a football club, but we are able to move them through other football clubs in Belgium, existing clubs in Belgium.
And is it only to the European market or you can also assist in terms of giving them opportunities in other countries?
At this moment we are considering European market. We are also talking about the Asian market and the Israeli market.
So who would qualify? Who are you looking for in terms of age or what's the...
Can be anybody, can be anybody under 18, can be 20 years old, can be 21 years old. Just anybody who has talent in football, anybody who has the motivation also to work, to train, to do, somebody who is committed to play football. And the motivation is the most important. Sometimes they say talent. Talent is not only talent, you have to have also the motivation for the training. Okay. You have to give everything you have for the football.
Clearly, Ahmed has a passion for uplifting his fellow countrymen, something that he has been doing both home and away.
I'm a businessman, I invest. If there's something interesting, I'm always ready to invest. I've invested in some properties. I'm also doing coffee farming and I'm also importing coffee. But the biggest important one is we're going to do the construction company from this year.
Ahmed plans to continue helping Kenyans achieve the diaspora dreams any way he can. He does, however, have this to say regarding daring here.
Living abroad is not easy. It's a very big challenge. Because you come to a country where nobody knows you, you have to be able to deliver. Many people think it's very easy. When you just come to Belgium, everything is served on a silver plate. That's not the way it works. You really have to prove yourself.
And that's Daring Abroad.
Great effort there by Ahmed Ibrahim, and that leads us into our back home segment. And today we feature Favored Daughters of the King, a women group that is based in Dallas. We will understand what they are doing in Dallas and back home for their motherland as they help the needy.
Back Home, powered by Cooperative Bank.
Greetings from Dallas City in Texas, USA, and today we are favored
Yes.
to have Grace Chege, the founder of an organization called Favored Daughters of King.
Yes.
Favored Daughters of King. Yeah,
Yes.
so I understand this is an organization that brings together women, Kenyan women in particular, is it?
Yes.
Living in Dallas, and they want to expand. So, Karibu, Grace.
Asante sana.
We've been looking for each other.
I know.
And finally, I'm here.
Karibu sana Dallas.
Yes.
Lily, I'm excited to have you.
Asante.
Nakwambia karibu.
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Yes,
I know it has been a lot of going on and traveling and coming back.
Yes.
But Dallas is always home. And I tell people, you go to America, if you have not been in Dallas, you have not been to America. And you believe when you look around in Dallas, everything is big.
Everything is big in Dallas.
Everything big in Texas.
And I understand that right now, the city which probably has the largest community of Kenyans could be Dallas.
Yes. Favored Daughters of the King. And that's a women non-profit organization that I founded here in Dallas in 2014. And it's an organization that brings women, regardless of their race, regardless of their tribe, every woman. It's a place where every woman belongs. So we come to this hotel, and we've been hosted here for several years. And we come a time of refreshing, a time of empowerment, and a time of even having fun. So what we do, we bring women, there is a word of God, because that is our core. Because we've realized you can get everything, but when you are not grounded in the word of God, you cannot, sometimes it's become hard to survive.
How does one become a member?
Right now, we've not started to pay the fee. All we do, when we are doing the dinner, they pay for the dinner. And a part of that money goes toward a cause.
Okay.
And like now, I'm very proud to tell you, I'm coming from my first mission in Kenya. And the Lord put it in my heart, like, we come here, we dressed, we do good, but there's a cry in our country. So this December, I'm gonna do my first mission. That will be in Kayore by Grace Disabled Children Homes. You are welcome, and I know we'll partner with you.
That's so kind of
At
you.
least,
Thank you.
Yeah, at least to go there. All I want is go spend a day with those children. We cook for them.
Wow.
We just give them a meal.
They need our support.
They need our support, and just to see us there, I know it will be a blessing to them. You are a sponsor, you want to partner with us, Viva Daughters of King, please reach out to us. You can do it through Alex and Daring Abroad, and they will reach out to us, and we can bring changes, we can impact lives one by one.
Cooperative Bank, we are you.
And still back home, let me entice you with an investment opportunity at Two Rivers by Centum Real Estate. Yes, Cascadia Apartments, ideal for the middle class in Nairobi. 1 and 2 bedroom with state-of-the-art amenities, including a convenient retail center, ample parking, and much more. The price is from 9.2 million Kenya shillings, all with flexible payment plans. And with that, we come to the end of the show. Always a pleasure having your company. Let's do it again next time. And many thanks for watching.
Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Coop Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.